Greetings, citizens. If someone would ask me a question as to who the greatest of all critics is, I'm unable to give an answer. But if someone asks me a question as to who is the most popular or discussed about or talked about critic in the world, without a hesitation, I'll answer it as Aristotle. The Greek philosopher, thinker, critic who lived in the 4th century BC has enthralled millions of academicians, ordinary people, and literature lovers with his work and the way that he perceived it according to his teachings and standards. He was the person who revolutionized in one way of all the teachings that he had, theater, arts, and even the audience. So, as I said earlier, Aristotle lived in the 4th century BC in Greece. He was the disciple of the renowned philosopher Plato. And from Plato, he took the art of imitation. He also values imitation. He stopped at that point of imitation. Then, as a loyal student, he differed on many views with his master. His thoughts and his writings were greatly in the area of tragedy and epics. He considers tragedy as the highest form of poetry, while he considers epic as a piece of narration. The reason why he kept tragedy above epic is that the first is a series of actions that is taking place. Of all the contributions that he has made to literature and as a critic, the first one that we should remember is his definition of tragedy. He stated that tragedy is serious, it is complete, and of a certain magnitude. So he says that a series of events takes place in tragedies, which is in fact serious. So on a theater, when persons are performing tragedy, he states that it is the imitation of an action that is serious. So he gives importance to actions that is taking place. Mind you, it's the actions that we are discussing and not the persons or the players as such. So his drama, as he said, in literary criticism, should be enthralled and it should be intense with actions. So, as he stated that these actions should be performed with regard to the unities of time, place, and of course action, which will give a psychotic feeling to the audience who is witnessing it. So the importance is given to these actions, and these actions will in turn provide a feeling of catharsis, a feeling of purgation of emotions in us. So what does he mean by catharsis? He means by catharsis that every action on the stage should evoke a sense of pity and fear. Pity in the sense that a tragedy is being doomed, a tragedy is happening to the persons associated with it. Fear in the sense that this may happen to us too. So Aristotle was the first person who said that tragedy, we should enjoy tragedy through the tears that is rolling out. Pity and fear, that's one very important thing. So the reason why I suggested at the earlier part was that Aristotle gave a paradigm shift to criticism as such. Because what he stated was that tragedy should have a medicinal value to us. It should cleanse our mind. Imagine a person in literature combining the elements of science with it. And more than that, another great contribution that he made was to the importance that he has given to the plot, the element of plot. He considers that, as I said earlier, plot is the most important thing. Of course, he says that there are 6 elements in a tragedy. Plot, character, diction, spectacle, all these are. But he gave importance to plot. Because it is in this plot, a complete plot, has a serious and ongoing set of actions which will enthrall the audience to think of pity and fear. So the plot is the most important thing. Through the actions that we can see on the stage, that we will get a transformation. And the next important thing that he mentions about is, apart from the one, his definition of tragedy, the 6 elements of plot, is the hamartia element. Remember, he gives importance to the incidents that is happening on the stage. Due to these incidents, the main character will be forced to take a step which rescinds or which takes him back to somewhat known as according to him, a feeling of peripeteia or anagnorisis. Peripeteia is a reversal. Anagnorisis is the discovery that something shocking is happening. So this transformation could be seen. This transformation is evident. So all the incidents that happen on stage, according to him, is of a message that gives a broader value. A value that is taken by the audience and which cleanses that person's heart. So folks, if you would have thought about it, Aristotle is the genius who had craftily made many contributions to literature, and he had craftily contributed much to criticism as well. So what I would like to do now is to rewind the entire things and make you understand that Aristotle's genius is incomparable. It is never surpassed and it has a value of its own. Thank you very much. Do take care.